Breaking news across the world as conflicts break out and countries develop.
Tune in with us as we watch the situation progress with 24-hour non-stop coverage.
Later tonight, a news story with survivors from Pearl Harbor and the Korean War. On a calm day in the afternoon, on May 7, 1915, the British ocean liner RMS Lusitania was torpedoed and sunk by a German U-boat off the coast of Ireland, causing a violent secondary explosion that took the ship down in only 18 minutes. The catastrophe claimed a staggering 1,198 lives, 128 of which being American lives, which then sparked international outrage and severely strained the relationships between the United States and Germany. While the disaster did not immediately pull the U.S. into World War I, it turned the American public opinion against Germany and set the stage for the United States' eventual entry into the conflict 2 years later.
It was early in the morning on December 7th, 1941, and the plane started coming down from the sky. The Americans had no idea who it was. In the beginning, they even thought it was a training exercise over the bay. But when the ships crashed into American boats, dropped bombs, and were shooting bullets and torpedoes into the water, the U.S. knew they were under attack. The soldiers tried the best they could to fend off the oncoming planes and save what they could still save. But in the end, the Japanese sunk 8 battleships, 3 light cruisers, and 4 other vessels, along with 3,500 casualties, with 70 being civilians. It was a very surprising attack because Japan hadn't declared war on the U.S. prior to the engagement, and it was their attempt at gaining Pacific dominance so they could expand in the West Pacific. After that, the very next day, the president declared war on Japan and gave a very famous speech about a very infamous day.
Tired of losing the normal way? If you can't beat the Americans in a normal battle, try the guerrilla warfare tactic. Using hit and runs and ambushes can help you beat them even if you have less resources or soldiers. You have the home field advantage, so use it. With guerrilla warfare, knowing the land helps you launch surprise attacks and wear down your enemy.
Some very famous examples of guerrilla warfare is the Viet Cong during the Vietnam War. They would hide in highly complex underground tunnel systems with hidden entries to ambush the American troops. Because the Americans didn't know what the land was like and where to expect them, it was a very good tactic and is part of the reason why the Americans lost the war. Another very famous example of this is during the Revolutionary War between the British soldiers and the American troops. Guerrilla warfare was the main reason why the Americans won the war because they would hide in places where the British soldiers had no idea what to expect or how to defend it.
On March 4, 1918, a Cook military camp was infected with the first confirmed case of the Spanish flu. Within 3 weeks, over 1,100 soldiers had been hospitalized and many more were sick. In Europe in 1918, influenza spread through Spain, France, Great Britain, and Italy, causing fear and panic throughout Europe. On August 2nd, even a more deadly wave broke out. This wave lasted 6 months and spread to South America and Africa.
The Korean War started when North Korea invaded South Korea by crossing the 38th parallel. After that, the U.S. with 15 other nations joined to try to help South Korea win the war. The war was very bloody, with a lot of troops losing their lives, and in one battle, the British lost 500 POWs to North Koreans. After the U.S. joined, they made a big turn in the war with setting up a ton of naval blockades and strategic bombing runs. After that, China and North Korea saw there was no way they could defeat the U.S. and its allies, so they signed a peace treaty, but no one from South Korea ever came to sign it.